Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Pooya and Liana Lounge, episode 3. We have made it here. We're so happy to be back. Hope you are doing well, and hope you've had a good week until this point where we kick off the weekend together at the Pooya and Liana Lounge. What? It's okay.
No, you made it sound like I hope you had a great week until now. We're gonna ruin your week.
We're gonna ramp it. We're gonna walk you in.
Boo.
Perfect bridge to the weekend. That's what we do here. Why are you booing me?
No, because I thought when you said
you thought I was going evil on
I
them.
hope you've had a good week thus far.
Because I'm about to ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought was.
That's not what I meant.
Okay, well that's why I interpreted it as.
No, I'm happy. I think this has been such a fun time, and we're back at it again. I am, of course, one half of your host, Pooya and
Liana.
Lounge.
Sing song. Yeah, okay, so at the top of the show, we do have a little to-do list that we want to do, which is subscribe to the Pooya and Liana Lounge feed. I know you're going to get sick of us hearing us say that, but if you subscribe, then we'll stop saying it. So, see?
Yeah, I mean, we know you're watching us here, which, hey, appreciate it. But if you can also subscribe to the feed with it being in its infancy / also part of a rebrand from the Old Masked Singer, we want to make sure that anybody who doesn't have access to it gets in the front door. Because also, you know, in the event that you're traveling or you don't have the ability to watch it on YouTube while you're, going on a walk, I want to have your back. Because I've been there. I've been there where I want to listen to something and I don't have it. And then I have to look for it, especially right now in the winter. My fingers get all cold, and I'm like, is it worth the frostbite? And more often than not, it is. To be fair, I'm like, I got this. I'm gonna search it up.
Premium content.
Listen, one of us in this relationship will respond to the other's messages, no matter what condition they're in, no matter what's going on outside. My fingers can get a little too red. But I got to make sure I let my partner know that I care about them.
Okay, in my defense, I have Raynaud's, which means that my little fingers, they lose the feeling and then they get tingly and they're super susceptible to cold. Like even my toes right now, I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks and my toes are tingly.
That's
because
2
they're so
pairs?
Cold. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks and they're so cold. My toes are so cold right now and it's not actually that cold in this room. So
no, it really isn't.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is that you can subscribe Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe Pooya and Liana Lounge. That's us.
Yeah, you said to-do list. Is there other things on this list? Okay, well.
A to-do list can have 1 item on it.
Then it's just the one thing I got to do before we kick it off.
Yeah, exactly. But then you put your little to-do list and then you get to cross it off.
Speaking of crossing stuff off lists, though, can I just say, first of all, thank you so much for all the feedback you're giving us. The YouTube comments have been popping off this entire time, and I'm so grateful because, as you know, I read everything. And one thing I learned, it was a humbling experience for me. I'm the weirdo. I'm the weirdo at the grocery store. I really thought you were weird about it.
No.
Then the people have come out in waves to be Liana, me too. I do that also. And I was like, is there anybody that sees it from my POV? But I will tell you.
Okay.
Maybe not a 1-for-1 exact sees it from my POV, but
I
heard from Rob.
Yes.
That Rob does what you do.
Yes.
And Nicole, when she puts the grocery list together, does not go aisle by aisle, does not do it in order. And I was like, Nicole's my people.
Yeah.
But also, I think I'm still on a bit of a lonely island because I still also don't really make lists all that often. So
I don't. Okay. You just.
It's a place of privilege. It's a place of privilege I come from.
You stress me out.
Why do why do my actions stress you out?
Because you don't make lists. You don't have a calendar.
I have a calendar.
That you don't use because you have your Google Calendar shared with me, and you still have Tier List Tuesday on there.
No,
I get
do
notifications for your stream Tier List Tuesday, which has not happened in years.
That is okay.
Is real.
Sure. Wait. Rewind. So, yes, it's on there. However, I've added stuff there since. Like my therapy appointments on there, any dentist stuff. If I have a busy pod week and I need to remember what's at what time, they get plugged in. But yeah, it's functional for me, not for everybody.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way to exist.
So why does that stress you out when it's not your calendar?
Because I like it when you have a shared calendar with me because then I know where you're going to be and what you're going to be doing
you
at
know
all
where
times.
I'm going to be. Where am I going to be? 90% of the time?
No, but I forget. There's so many things going on.
You forget that I'm at home?
No, okay, no, but I mean, if you're in the middle of the podcast, for example, so then
that
I forget.
happened last week.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about this.
Did we on the pod?
With Butthole.
Oh, because
Matt Scott agreed to edit in
Butthole. He threw it in there. I forgot about that. Yeah. So, because here's the thing. When I enter a room, first of all, the room's like, he's here. And I'm like, damn right. No, I mean, when I enter the house, I'm always like cognizant of you might not be available to talk immediately. So I'll take a cautious approach. You could be on the phone. You could be on the doing a podcast. You could be watching something. Maybe you got bad news while I was gone. So I'm like very like, I come in, I analyze the energy, and then I'm like, okay, coast is clear. Let's proceed.
Okay.
So I feel like that's how I do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you come in, you're like, if it's not in my energy, it doesn't matter. Butthole.
No, it's just because a lot of the times you're at home all day, and then it's like...
All the times.
Yeah, and then it's, hey, don't you want to hang out with me and like see me and interact with me? Except for the times where I don't want to interact with you.
I was going to say, let's make it sound right, because sometimes I'm excited, and I'm like, hey, you're home. Like, I hear the door open, I walk out to say hello. But then there's sometimes where you're like, I can't talk. I got to go do this. Yeah.
Okay, but that's because I suffer from if I sit down, I'm not going to get... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, it's very much this momentum kind of energy that I have to do everything before I'm going to chill for the evening. Everything has to get done. That's why I can't come home and like go back out to work out. Because if I come home, I'm not leaving again.
Yeah.
And I also have to have a class because... Like, I need somebody to tell me what to do because I get tired and things are exhausting. So I need that momentum. So I can't pause, break, relax for 5 minutes and then get back up and do stuff. Like,
to be fair, I also shouldn't pause, take break, because I'll fall off what I'm doing. I just do it anyway.
I know.
And then I hurt myself in the process. But, we're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning.
Yeah. At least you can recognize that about yourself.
That's the thing. I recognize a lot of things about myself, good and bad. Mm-hmm. It's just that even though my heart's in the right place, I don't then do the right thing. That sounds like I'm doing like bad things. To be clear, I mean like curbing bad habits, right? That's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, oh, I should do this. I should do that. Wake up then, do this, maybe do that before I go to bed. And then I'm also the best at persuading myself to not do stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. You have your therapy appointment on your calendar now. So now if you make it, then you'll be able to do it.
Ain't gonna miss it. Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Ain't gonna miss it this time.
Okay. Well, it was a whole thing. Anyway, I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how was your week?
How was my week?
Mm-hmm.
I think my week was pretty good.
Okay.
So I got an extra day off, which I have officially decided that all work weeks should be 4 days.
I feel like that's a popular take.
Because like then you have Saturday to take care of all the stuff you need to do, and then you get it. Then Sunday you still have stuff to do. I don't know. I just feel like there's just so many things that need to happen, and so then by Monday was like a relaxing day, and Pooya taught me how to play a video game.
I did.
Called the Enshrouded. Well,
there's no "the" at the beginning. It's just Enshrouded, but yeah.
Yeah, where you go into the shrouds. So that was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I've played this game quite a bit now, and you knew about the game because you'd watched other content creators play it. So this was finally like the free time, the opening for you to get involved.
Yeah, I got to have free time.
Yeah.
What's so funny though is you like go collect other human beings, and then you just have like a whole man in your taskbar. Just like a whole person.
You got to get a blacksmith involved.
Yeah. You get a blacksmith, a hunter. That was very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was my week.
Yeah, that was fun. Mm. Yeah, my week's been busy.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, usually it's like I'm not the busy one in the relationship. No. You're the one that's got, like you said, a lot of things to do, to-do list, calendar filled to the brim. This was me this week. I did quite a few podcasts, as you know. They've all gone out at this point. And then also I had been reached out to by Kevin Jacobs to write for The Confessional. Mm-hmm. And initially I was like, yeah, I got you. This was a couple weeks ago. And then the date got closer and closer, and I got very unsure what to write about. Because I was like, I feel like, and obviously it was going to be about the traders because the season just started. And I'm very sure of a lot of the formatting of the traders. Like I believe in this show, but also I do not believe that there is a correct way to play. I don't think there's a correct way to do anything on this show. Again, this is a show based on if you look at someone the wrong way, you're suspect, and there's nothing you can do. You could have been playing the perfect game all the way through. So I was like, oh, I should write about that instead. So I wrote about that. First time I'm about to say put pen to paper, but it was all digital. It was all digits. First time I've done that in easily 12 years.
And how did it feel to write again?
It felt great.
No, you wrote your Pixel application.
Well,
sort of.
It was like a 400-word thing that I couldn't decide what to leave out, so I don't even count that.
Yeah.
This was like a thing that I was writing about, knowledge that I had.
Can I roast Kevin Jacobs for a second?
Why?
I love Kevin Jacobs.
He's lovely. Don't roast him. He doesn't deserve this.
Okay.
What are you about to roast him about, though? Now I want to know.
Who puts out a newsletter?
Kevin Jacobs.
Can we rebrand? I'm not saying new. I'm just
check
saying,
it out. The Confessional.
Can we just rebrand it? I'm not saying that like
the Confessional.
I know, but can we not call it a newsletter anymore? Can we call it like a digital info blast? Sexy digital info blast.
I don't like blast.
You don't like blast?
I don't like blast.
Okay, then what would you call it? Because I feel like newsletter. When I hear the word newsletter, it's like, ugh. Like,
why is it like, ugh?
Karen's put out the weekly newsletter.
Who are you? What newsletters are you reading?
That's the energy. When I hear the word newsletter, that's like the energy that I get when I hear the word newsletter. So I'm saying we should rebrand the concept of a newsletter.
I think it's a you thing. I don't think this is an everybody thing.
You thought it was a me thing putting the grocery list in order. So
we'll find out, won't we? We'll find out.
A newsletter is just like, oh,
would you rather subscribe to something that is described as a digital newsletter or a weekly info blast?
Okay, well,
let us know.
It doesn't have to specifically be the weekly info blast, but I'm saying that it should be something that is cool and informational and go into your inbox. You know, because we get too many emails these days. You know what I mean? You need something that's going to make it stand out.
It does stand out because you know how many emails I don't open? Plenty.
Yeah, but I think that's like a whole different
Oh, that'll
issue.
give you... Is your inbox like wiped? Like it's zero unread emails?
Yes. I don't know. Please don't show me. It's just going
I'm
to
not going to show you.
I'm going to
tell you.
notifications all over again.
I'm just going to tell you how
I'm not
many.
going to. Okay. I mean, some things I keep unread if I'm going to go back and follow up on them. But most of the time, yes, it is completely.
You're lucky because on mobile, it just says like once you get to a certain number, it just says 99 plus.
Oh,
so you're not going to know. But I think it's over 1,000.
Okay. The point is, it doesn't have anything to do with you not reading your emails. But the point is that I'm just saying that we should consider rebranding the concept of a newsletter to make it cooler and sexier. Sexy newsletter.
You're like the guy from Parks and Rec that wanted to make, what was it, chard a thing? What's the vegetable that he was trying to...
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, exactly. We're trying to rebrand. They did that with Brussels sprouts and it worked.
No,
I think Brussels sprouts went through a rebrand because Brussels sprouts used to be, it's like, ew, don't eat your Brussels sprouts. And now people are like, Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, it's because people wrapped bacon around it.
No, actually, it's because people did some selective breeding in order to actually make them less bitter. But I think also Brussels sprouts went through a little bit of a rebrand. You know the Got Milk campaign? Did you guys have the Got Milk campaign?
We did not, but I know about it.
Okay, so you know the Got Milk campaign.
Yeah.
So that's a campaign for a food, essentially. Sure. So we should launch the Sexy News Blast campaign and we'll get celebrities to hold it up. Oh my God, like the Reality Flash, like Mike Bloom, Reality Flash. It's Flash. It's cool.
Yeah, it's sexy. It's and like very current events, current modern day, where it's the logo is Mike Bloom on a newspaper and he's wearing like a 50s journalist. Like, and I think it's a great pod, mind you, and subscribe to the Reality Flash. But this is not the argument. Kevin Jacobs.
I'm just saying.
Bruno Mars once wrote a song about you and said, you're just amazing just as the way you are. And I think you should let Kevin Jacobs cook.
I think the content is super solid. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying even him specifically. I'm saying the broader concept of a newsletter, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. That we should consider rebranding. We collectively as a family.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
but that was one of the things I did this week that was outside of my comfort zone. But I realized that if
you could pick any food to do the Got Milk campaign with now, today, what would you pick and why?
You're saying this like you already have an answer.
I don't, but I'm very curious.
What's my
propaganda
objective?
are we trying to pull? I don't know. So I guess we would buy stock in like kale.
No.
And then do like Got Kale.
No. What's the objective?
I don't know.
Is this just me, a food I believe in that others don't like? Or is this me trying to like get in on the ground floor of a food that's going to blow up?
What was the point of the Got Milk campaign?
I don't care.
Kids to
I'm asking about your specific scenario.
Mine's the same. It's the same thing. So it would be to get people into like a certain food. Oh my God. Did I tell a story about how I bought that many corn dogs?
Yes. Was that in the Lost episode or not?
I don't remember. I'm going to tell it anyway. So I was craving corn dogs the other day. Maybe my got corn dog. Maybe that's what because we like got corn dog. Oh, that actually sounds a little bit dirty.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You're filthy.
So I was craving corn dogs, and unfortunately, you can't buy corn dogs in like a one serving of corn dogs.
No, there's not like an individually wrapped corn
I guess
dog.
I could go to a fair, but it's the middle of December or January. What year is it? It's the middle of January. So there's not like there's any fairs going on. But I was really craving a corn dog, and I was been craving a corn dog for like weeks because I was like, maybe I'll just pass. Maybe the craving will just pass. It didn't pass. I ended up buying a ton of corn dogs. So now we have this massive box of corn dogs.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the point of that story was. Is anybody want a corn dog? We have plenty of corn dogs we can share.
There's less now, but
got corn dog?
Yeah. Your hypothetical question has still not been answered.
Okay.
Because you just said stuff that had nothing to do with my original question, which was, what is my criteria here? Is this I'm putting people onto food?
Yeah, what food would you want to promote? Like, what food do you feel like doesn't get the recognition it deserves?
Shawarma.
Got shawarma?
Why does it have to say got?
Well, we're parodying the Got Milk campaign, and people love nostalgia, so we're gonna bring it back because I'm sure everybody has fond memories of the Got Milk campaign. Okay, so got shawarma. Oh, by the way, thank you to those, my father included, who apparently BJ's was named after the daughter of the founder. It's her initials, like Billie Jean or something like that. So it is actually named after. And it actually explains, because then I went to BJ's and there's an apostrophe. It's like BJ apostrophe S. Like they own, it's like Reese's, like someone owns the warehouse.
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
Belongs to Reese's.
Is it Reese? Reese. It's Reese is Pieces. So Reese is the one who owns the pieces, right?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Why would I know that? I just eat them. I don't ask questions. There's way too many questions. Just, oh, you're called BJ's? All right, say less. I'm going to take this wholesale box of toilet paper and move on. Like, I don't need to know more.
Got Reese's?
They don't need a rebrand. I think they're good.
Got Reese?
No.
Okay, so I heard a rumor that in the movie E.T., they were going to use M&Ms, but M&M didn't want them to use M&Ms. So then they used Reese's Pieces instead.
I don't know what scene or what reference you're making here.
Okay.
Is this when he was about to phone home? Because that's all I know about that movie. And like a pram going into the sky or something.
Yeah. Okay. It was
and a finger.
Yeah. The finger. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll look it up later.
Okay. So, I thought I was going to learn, but I guess not. That's cool.
Well, because I don't actually know if that's real or not. I might have just made that up.
I would like to go on another lore trip today.
Oh, another lore trip.
Yeah. I feel like last week's conversation really enticed me to the idea of peeling back some layers, talking through some memories, because I'm remembering some stuff. And I want to know, because you kind of like made fun of me going to the club. What's your, like, a club story that you can think of that you would like to share?
I didn't realize there'd be a quiz.
It's not a quiz because there's no right answer, and I don't know these necessarily.
Okay, so I didn't do that.
You never went clubbing.
Well, okay, so I went to Harvey Mudd College. Shout out, got Harvey Mudd College. And we had a lot of parties on campus. So they would allow us to throw these like really big parties with like security guards and all that kind of stuff on campus.
Okay.
And the idea was so that we would stay on campus. And so if you're going to get alcohol poisoning, at least you're going to get it on campus where you can get treatment. I think that was the logic. So I
cut you off at the club though. You can get cut off when you go to the bar.
Yeah, but they can't regulate like pre-gaming or anything like that.
No, but they can tell for the most part, I think. A lot of people are very obviously like, and you're like, stop, you're done, you're cut off.
Yeah, no, I didn't like
You never went.
No, not
You never
really.
went to a like space that was like dimly lit and it's like music and it's mostly dancing? You've not?
Not really, no.
Interesting.
No.
Wow.
So sorry to ruin your lore.
I enjoyed that more than I did go into a bar with friends for a while. Just because the bar with friends, I felt like similar mentality of we can pull up to one of our houses to do that. We're having conversations, which, is great. But there was always something about going to the club with your friends. You'd come back with so many stories. And especially for me, the way I've been with alcohol is that I would typically, no matter what level I was in, if it was Inception, it's like we've gone down another level, I would still remember everything that happened that night. So I would be one of the, like the morning after waking up at your friend's place and you're like, all right, let's go get a coffee. Let's talk about what we remember happening. It was so much fun. And also I liked dancing, especially a couple drinks down. I'm like buzzing. I'm feeling it.
What's your go-to dance move?
I don't have.
Do it.
No one does. See, this is the thing. I'm not like, all right, let's do the cartwheel. That's not how this, not the cartwheel.
What's the cartwheel?
The shopping cart. Like,
okay.
I don't do.
Is that the one where you like, it's like that?
See, I know you didn't go clubbing now. Yeah, you just do. For me, dancing has always been whatever the music is giving you, you give it back to the music.
Do you put your hands in the air?
I don't know. Probably have. I don't think about what I'm doing. I just feel it. I go for it.
You know all those songs that tell you to put your hands in the air? Do you think there's something to that? Do you think you like psychologically feel better if your hands are in the air?
Well, it's everyone.
I'm going to try it.
It's like, think of it this way. No, that's not psychologically.
Do I feel better?
I don't know.
I kind of feel better. You put your hands up in the air sometimes, saying Ayo.
Mm-hmm. Gotta let go.
Gotta let go.
I think it's more of think of it this way. On a scale of people dancing, on a scale of me to you, not everyone's dancing, right? Not everyone is dancing.
I can dance.
Okay. Okay, please.
Look at me.
Please, please don't do this.
I know, with my weird bony fingers. They're kind of like robot fingies.
I'm sure that in the middle of a dance club, you're not going to be approached like, that robot out of this world, especially because your finger's kind of bony, kind of like a robot. Anyway, my name's Carl. You're like, sorry, I'm taken.
Yeah. Okay.
So what was I saying? Yes, not everyone's dancing. So I think that the whole hands up in the air, or even other songs that have had instructions to them, it's kind of doesn't matter. The barrier to entry is very low. You throw your hands up because the song's telling you to throw your hands up. Everyone's together in this.
Yeah. I like being told what to do when it comes to dancing. Like, that's why I think the Macarena is so... There's a fluff. What fluff is that?
It's cat hair.
Oh my God, I think it's from... I'm babysitting someone's cat and one of my coworkers' cats. And oh my God, it's the fluffiest, cutest cat like ever
Very
in the
cute.
history of ever. It's so cute. No offense to our girls, but
I told you. So Liana was like, I'm going to go feed her cats. Would you like to come? Like a bunch of times. Like, I'm not doing this because I'm going to hate that I can't get to hang out with them. And it happened. I went once and I was like,
you can
look at them. They're so happy. They're like, I've just met them and they're trying to like hang out. Our girls still run away from me. And I've done
you chase them.
No, I do not chase them.
Yes,
Don't put this out in the world. That is so unfair.
You give Pearl exercise by making her run around.
Okay, so when Pearl is always jumping away, because Pearl is the more affectionate one to me, ironically. But then I'll pet her and she's purring like a car engine. And then she'll just suddenly be like, and then run away. And when she does that, I'm like, all right, let's run a little bit. So, because Pearl, they both needed to lose weight.
Yeah.
But I don't chase them. I feel like when you say chase them, it implies that I'm like antagonizing them, which I'm not. I'm just walking into the living room and they're running into the kitchen. And then I walk into the kitchen and they leave to the living room. Yeah. I'm not like pushing them. I'm not yelling. I'm not like stomping. It's just regular walk.
Well, maybe if you did the Macarena for them, then they would, they'd bond with you. Because, as I said, being told what to do, I think it also comes from my upbringing of, did you ever have to learn dances? Okay, wait. So every year, well, at least in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, we had a pageant.
Okay, like a talent show type thing?
No, it wasn't like an individual talent show. It was, and I'm sure my family will correct me on this, but it was, we would learn like a line dance and it would be the whole grade. So like all of 3rd grade and like some of the kids are learning line dances and some of the kids are learning like the 2-step and some of the kids are singing a song. I feel like we sang a lot of like America the Beautiful kind of stuff, like USA propaganda. But anyway, I remember learning to do the electric slide and I loved the electric slide.
I never had to learn any of those. Which I think it more so has to do with the fact that I went to from grade 1 through 6, I was in a Persian school.
It's those things that you consider normal when you were a kid. And then in retrospect, you're like, yeah, that's kind of a weird thing that they had us do.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that in school where they were like, yep, this is just what we do every morning. And I was like, okay.
Did you guys have Halloween in Dubai?
So similar to like Christmas in Dubai.
Yeah.
We all know it exists. we like to get involved with it. But at the same time, there wasn't like, not a lot of people are living in like a suburban area or like an area where you could walk and trick or treat.
Yeah.
So there was no trick or treating really. But you know, the older I got, we definitely tried to get some costume parties going and stuff. I didn't really do much because I couldn't answer my dad to be like, yeah, this is why I'm wearing this outfit. Like
you can justify it to your
I was
father.
like, he won't, like, I'm not leaving the house looking like this, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Why did you ask?
Well, because I was thinking of another weird thing from childhood. When we would like all walk across the stage in our costumes
And like get
show
presented.
off our we would like show off our costumes.
I feel like as a kid that's fun.
Yeah,
Makes you want to like try.
Yeah, my mom always made like super cool costumes. So I remember I was Mr. Mistopheles from Cats one year.
Of course you were. Of course you were. Once in Persian in Iranian school.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't think it was Halloween related, but we had like a costume day.
Okay.
And I went like as a postman. Because it was very easy to put the outfit together.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think my costume was great, but I was annoyed. Oh my God, it's coming back to me. I was annoyed because this one guy, his like mom was a doctor.
Okay.
So he just wore her like the white like coat. And he got like third place in the contest. I was like, what? He did nothing. This is stolen valor as far as I'm concerned for a doctor. Like, your mom gave you her outfit and you wore it and pulled up. I had to go find a bag that was like reminiscent of a postman.
If only your dad was a postman, you could have Nepo babied into the win.
Maybe even then they'd be like, well, he's not a doctor. I was like, this is kind of messed up. Like, anyway.
No, but the kid wasn't a doctor. Did he have a stethoscope? Those things could be expensive.
I don't remember the stethoscope being. I remember, like, I don't remember much.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, that's
unfair.
That was not unfair even. Just, what are we doing here? That was not good. That was not inspired.
You didn't think his costume was very good?
No.
But it was like a legit white coat.
So?
You think it was lacking creativity, whereas your postman costume, you feel like really brought it to the table.
I don't even think mine did, but I felt like compared to his, I should have been on the podium.
Okay, then who got first place?
I do not remember. I'm telling you, I remember that one thing. The doctor's outfit was uninspirational.
Can I tell you something really nerdy?
You always do, but let's do it. Add another one.
Okay, so one time for Halloween, I went as a population graph, which was an exponential curve. Because what's the scariest thing? Overpopulation.
How old were you?
I think I was in 6th grade. When I was younger, I had normal costumes.
Was this a costume that you wanted to be? Or
yeah. It was my choice. My costume, my choice.
And look how far you've come.
I know. Look how far I've come.
Yeah.
I was more creative then than I was now when it came to Halloween costumes. I just can't be bothered. Is that bad?
When's the last time you Halloween costumed up?
Never.
When I moved to Canada, obviously being a university student, Halloween means more. Like there's parties, Halloween parties, costume parties. So I never the thing was the reputation amongst the boys that would go to the parties was they're gonna phone it in. They're gonna be like, oh, I am caveman, or I am like they would just buy a costume that would just throw on and you're like, I'm this now. I didn't like that. And I feel like it was because I didn't get to do it a lot as a kid where I was like, I want to do something that like fits. And for me, I was like, I want to do something where you're like, oh, that's who you are, but it's not that I bought a costume, if that makes sense.
You wanted to make your own costume.
Yes. Not
like I feel like this is inspiration this is like trauma from the childhood when the guy phoned it in.
I was like,
the white coat.
Couldn't be me, man.
You're holding on to this from whatever
it's like,
grade
I'm not going to
was.
just buy a t-shirt and be like, I'm this guy. I wanted to at least fit the part. So one year I went as Mr. T.
Okay.
Because one of the big things for me was I have a beard. And I'm not going to shave this beard for a costume. But also, I don't want to do a costume where like the main person doesn't have a beard. It doesn't fit. So I went as Mr. T. This is back when I still had some hair on my head and I could make it work. My roommate gave me a bunch of his jewelry that I threw on. And like I had like a denim shirt, a button up that we took the sleeves off. Like it looked good.
That's cool.
I was happy with it. Then one year I went as Chef from South Park.
Classic.
That was relatively easy. I mean, Still better than Dr. Boy, who got like his mom's like, because I had to buy an apron, a chef. I went to a professional like chef store and got a chef's hat and an apron. Granted, would run me cheaper probably if at this point I had discovered an Amazon. I didn't really use Amazon at that point, so I bought those, and that I made work. So that was good. Did I do any more costumes after that? I mean, couple years ago, when Squid Game first came out, for the one stream, I dressed up as Ali Abdul from Squid Game.
Yeah. If we're still doing this podcast when it comes to Halloween, we'll put an effort into our costumes. Because I think
I'm down. I'm so down.
The last time I ever put an effort into a costume, I think it was my senior year of college. I went as Xena Warrior Princess.
Oh!
It was actually pretty cool because I got this like leather skirt from the thrift shop, and then I cut off like the bottom band to make armbands out of. Oh. And then I spray painted like all of her gear in silver and stuff that I made out of cardboard.
What happened to this costume?
It's garbage, probably. Sorry to ruin your weird fantasy.
Why is it weird?
I just assumed.
And why is it a fantasy? I'm just curious.
I just assumed. Yeah, that was the last costume I put any effort into. But I really enjoyed Halloween because, so speaking of the dorms that held parties, so my dorm would always host the Halloween party. Okay. And my favorite part was looking over the dance floor because my dorm was like U-shaped. Creepy. Yes, because you would get to see, it was super creepy.
Okay, I thought you'd like fight back. I didn't mean it as that.
I'm happy to admit whenever I do weird stuff. So it was
people watching.
Yes.
At these kind of functions is low-key one of the most entertaining things.
Because you get to see such a fun pairings of costumes making out with one another.
Oh
that
was my God. Okay, what was part. Can you remember some of the fun ones?
Like it would be Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like making out with Barbie. You know what I mean? It would be one of those situations.
The crossover event no one anticipated.
I know, right?
Oh my God. How many Barbies do you think made out with Oppenheimers this what was it, last year?
Yeah, when it was Barbie. Yeah, Barbie. I don't think, but see, that's the thing. Oh, you know what? I actually went as Barbie for my Halloween costume for the lab last year.
You did?
Yeah,
you
so that guy
some work into that. I will say, your lap pisses me off.
Why?
Because I remember when you showed me the picture and I was like, it's like you're the one person that's putting in a shift, and then everyone else just kind of like threw on a pink t-shirt and was like, we're Barbie. And I was like, so then I feel bad because I'm like, you put in this effort.
Yeah. But I did it for me.
I know you did it for you, and
do it for
that's
them.
Growth. So I'm happy that you are passionate and you do stuff.
Thank you.
But I can still be disgusted with the lack of effort.
Disgusted is a very strong word.
Listen, I get a lot of guff from you for being disorganized or like you don't do this. So I'm allowed to then feel that for people that I feel like are doing even less than me. I'm like, hey, come on. At least, like, I'm here. You can be here. Everyone else might be here. You can be here with me.
We did worse this year. We went as the Inside Out emotions.
Yeah. How many colored t-shirts
really
did y'all wear?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. What are we doing
my
here?
advisor bought us wigs, so we all had wigs.
Which one were you?
I was green.
Which one's the green one then?
Envy.
Is it Envy, or are you just thinking of Green with Envy?
I don't know.
I don't remember the names.
I don't remember you.
You'll fact check it. It'll be over here.
Yeah. Well, because we had a fight over who was going to be Ennui. That was like the big one that everybody wanted. I don't know why.
I've still not watched the second one.
You should. It's good. It was my homework from my therapist, actually.
I felt like the first one scammed me.
You feel like it made you sad.
Yeah, and I felt like the trailer made it look like it was going to be funny a little bit. I was like, funny, but also all the feelings are going to clash. Like, this sounds like a good time. And then I just felt crummy after, and I didn't like the way it made me feel. To be fair, I avoid movies. Like, I used to avoid movies exclusively that would terrify me.
Okay.
And then a little bit after a little bit, I was like, oh, movies that make me feel sad are no better. I can't do it.
Is that bad? I don't like that either. I don't want to feel emotion that is not happy. I feel enough bad emotion normally. Why would I want to invite more of that into my life?
Well, when I used to go to school, my thing was to say, like, I'm not going to pay $10 to be terrified. That's stupid. Why would I do that to myself? And then same logic with sad movies. I think now with a more developed brain, I'm not even going to say I'm fully developed because like I know you are, but whatever. I feel like now, as an empathetic person too, I feel too much that happens, and then it just puts me in like a thinking pit. And usually I'm watching a movie to just like let's be entertained.
Yes.
And now I'm like sitting there be like, oh my God, do I talk to my parents enough? Should I be messaging this person? Was I mean to this person that one time? Like, am I a good person? Am I doing well with my life? And I'm like, it was a movie starring some rando. I'm sorry. Why do you care so? Like, I do that to myself. So I know it's more of a me thing, but so that's why
I think the saddest movie I've ever watched was Marley and Me.
That was the dog one, yeah?
Yeah. That was really sad.
I remember the first movie that made me feel that way.
Yeah.
And a scam artist, Macaulay Culkin.
What? Home Alone.
My Girl.
Oh.
Where I was like,
so not Home Alone.
I was like, oh, it's the kid from Home Alone. That's my boy, you know? And then I was like, oh, man.
Oh, my God. Actually, speaking of Home Alone, so they made like 6 Home Alone movies or something. Did we see that together, actually?
We watched, I think we watched a TikTok that went through all of them.
Yes.
Because I knew there were 4.
Yeah.
Because 1 and 2 have Macaulay in them.
Yeah.
3 I liked, even though a lot of people didn't like. And then I saw 4 come out, but I knew it was a straight to DVD, and I was like, at this point, I was cognizant to not check it out. So I've not seen 4 and beyond. They're just with
some like random kids.
Well, yeah, Macaulay Culkin can still be Kevin McAllister. He's like older than me.
Okay, we should watch one of those this weekend. We'll pick one of the Home Alone movies and we'll watch it.
What, one of the like last 3?
Yes, the worst one. Whatever the worst one is out of all the Home Alone movies.
I don't want to do that though.
We'll watch it on 2X.
No, then it's pointless.
Fine, I'll watch it and I'll report back.
No, if you're going to report back, we'll do it together.
Okay.
Fine. Okay. But yeah, there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, My Girl did me in. I was like, okay, that was, and it's funny because I always feel like I got scammed. When it's a movie I expect to be funny and then it's not, as a kid, I would feel like, why'd you do this to me? I remember, was the movie called Funny People? I think it was literally called Funny People. I think it was like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it, and I want to say, I don't remember who else was in it, but I remember being like, it's Funny People, it's about comedians, and then it was sad, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. So
you're like, they should have renamed it Sad People.
Well, it's like, now as an adult, I understand, you know, movies have layers to them. Even the comedies have like sad parts in them. You know, a lot of comedies, the mechanics are, ha 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 ha, ha, roll on the floor. Oh, she left him.
Like Paul
I mean, I know what movie you're going to say, but you got to say it now out loud.
I feel like Paul Blart Mall Cop had that as well.
Did it?
Yeah, you got to have some like emotional strings. Wasn't he like in love with that lady? I feel like I talked about that. What did I talk about? Oh, with Mike Bloom at some point.
Yeah, Mike Bloom on The Masked Singer. It's come up. I feel like Kevin James has come up a lot on that podcast. Why are you laughing?
Yeah. Our Kevin James mentions is quite high. KGMs. KJ.
Also, that's Kevin Jacobs. Kevin, we love you, and the newsletter is great. Don't let Liana say anything else.
The newsletter is...
Okay, we're not relitigating this. Okay. We've spent too much time talking about a newsletter.
Okay.
Well, since you didn't have a club story, I could share one of mine.
Okay.
The thing is, though, and I have to preface it this way.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I got a lot of judgment for just being in an Uber last week. So my question is are you going to judge me, or are you going to be chill?
No, I'm chill. I'm so chill. I'm the chillest of chill.
See, that makes me not want to share. Okay. Well, the thing is, I could go a bunch of different directions with this. Because the thing is, I wasn't like a big club guy. To be clear, it wasn't like every week, let's go, 2 nights a week. No. Mm-hmm. But well, maybe like once every like 2 months it would happen. And I feel like everybody in your party plays a role. Like, I feel like everyone kind of has...
Like a TV show.
A little bit. I feel like there's these archetypes that go to the club.
Who are you?
I'm the one that's not there to hook up.
Okay.
I'm not there to, like, cause mayhem. I'm just there to dance, to vibe. I'm the guy in the outside periodically in the smokers area, talking to randos, talking to people.
Okay.
And then I'm the guy that's like seen a lot of my friends do stupid stuff that night that I can then talk about later.
Okay. So who's playing you in the movie version
of
the club?
Know. I feel like I can't picture who would. Am I putting
Like, I'm
someone
saying,
there?
like, based on energy, like based on vibes.
Am I putting someone there that looks like me, or am I putting someone there that matches that descriptor?
Matches that
I
description.
don't know a lot about like actors and stuff at this point in my life to tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a recommendation?
Well, I don't know who my archetype is for the club. Who am I at the club?
You're
the club.
You're the person that is 20 miles away in bed, asleep, snoring. That's your archetype at the club. Or low key, the energy I get from you is you'd be the one that the whole movie be like, I don't even want to go. I don't know. I don't want to go. I'm tired. I had a long day.
Yeah.
And then you're the one going ham.
Yeah.
And it's 5 a.m. and everyone else is done and you're doing cartwheels. Not shopping cart. Cartwheels.
No, I don't want to touch the sticky floor. Gross. But I do think that I will try to put in all my energy. You know, like I'm there.
Yeah.
We're going to put in energy. We're going to have fun. I got out of bed and I got ready and we're going to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be on the dance floor just like vibing, dancing, having a good time. And then, I would look around. I mean, depending also who I went to the club with, I was very cognizant of some of my friends. I'm like, I need to keep an eye on. Not because it's like they're out of control, but I'm like protective. I'm like making sure no like rando asshole's gonna like bother them.
Is what they say true?
What?
That there's murder on the dance floor?
When I am there, yeah. Yeah.
Murder in that dance floor? That's you. Okay, now
I'm
dance.
killing it.
Dance.
I don't like that.
I want to see your dance moves.
Well, you met me.
Can you do that? What's that like dance where you like do the like Fortnite dance thing where you like kick your leg and you like do this? What's that dance?
First of all,
didn't Ninja do that or something?
No,
It was like on the
Ninja did the floss. Thing. Ninja did the floss.
I can do that.
Or
I've been
the
practicing.
Okay.
In case I ever go to the club.
So sometimes I feel like you don't listen to me.
Yeah, I was listening to you.
Did I say that I don't do dance moves? I just move?
Yeah, you don't have to do a specific move. You don't have to floss or brush or whatever the other ones are. The mouthwash, my personal favorite.
I said, it depends on what song is on.
Yeah.
And it depends on the energy I'm feeling. And then I just go.
You know what song really gets me going? You don't.
Soulja Boy got you going.
But like because it just hit so hard right at the beginning. Because what had happened is I was at Pilates and the playlist that the woman had was like late 90s, early 2000s kind of hits, which included Smash Mouth's All Star, by the way, which now I can't help but think is like totally memeified in my brain, even though Astro Lounge is a solid album, but regardless. So Soulja Boy came on.
There's a lot of songs like that, by the way, that have just become like
meme
synonymous
songs?
with a meme or synonymous with something else. Like that's Shrek now.
I know, it's Shrek now. And I can't take it seriously, but I do love that song.
It's a great song.
I unapologetically love that song. So Soulja Boy came on and I was ready. So maybe that's the club feeling that I was cultivating, especially because like the lights are low, these like blue lights.
At these parties that y'all were throwing, were you dancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we would have DJs and stuff.
What kind of dancing were you doing?
I don't know, mostly running around. Does that count as dancing?
You're just doing laps around the floor.
I remember we did a lot of planking. Remember when planking was a thing? We did a lot of planking. We did a lot of owling. That was the other one where you like sit like an owl.
On the dance floor?
No, like in the background. And then you would try to get into pictures. You're like owling in the background.
This party is getting uncool real quick.
No. It was cool. We were cool. It was
Telling
very
us
cool.
or yourself?
It was very cool. Okay. I think. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure it was cool. We just did a lot of dumb stuff.
Y'all had fun. That's what matters.
I had fun.
Yeah, if people had fun at the party, does not matter what other people think about the coolness level.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I remember one of the parties we threw, because we had the bigger house like I mentioned before, and we would throw the parties. And one of the parties we threw, we got a noise complaint. So
that scares me to my core.
So mind you, we have this house. There are 3 floors. There's the main floor that's got the living room, kitchen, that whole setup. We had a beer pong table that the engineers had made from scratch. It was a big table. The entire top of the table was bottle caps that they had collected from first year. And this was made in the 3rd year.
Yeah.
And they put plexiglass on top. So like it was a whole like attraction. A lot of people surrounding that table, a lot of people in the kitchen. The second floor was locked pretty much because it was 3 bedrooms, and then the balcony. So the balcony was the other spot people would go to the smokers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there was my room upstairs. I had like the whole attic basically. And my room I had opened to like the 420 folk or anybody who just wanted a more quiet environment. They could come upstairs because it was a big attic area, but there was a door separating 2 parts. And in the second part is where my bed was. So what I had done was I had put a Persian flag at the arches of that door, and it covered the door entirely. So when you walked into this room, you didn't know there was more room. So I safely knew my belongings, my stuff can be in that room locked away. No worries. People can hang out upstairs. Now I remember vividly being upstairs and smoking, having fun, laughing, whatever. We've been drinking, obviously. And then I get one of the people comes up and is like, Pooya, the cops are downstairs. And I remember that night, my other roommates were gone.
This is stressing me out.
I'm here and I'm fine. And that happened more than 10 years ago. So you're safe. So I remember, like I said earlier, I don't get like, I have been like sloppy when indulging before, but not often. So in that moment, I was fine. I was like, all right, I'll go talk to them. Now, liquid courage had helped because normal me, like I said last week, was super paranoid about any of these interactions. But I was like, someone's got to do it, right? So I go downstairs, I talk to them, and they're like, we got some noise complaints. I was like, I got you. Do you want us to? I was like, would you like for me to like send everyone home or lower? Like, what would you like us to do? Being very cooperative. He's like, you don't have to end it. Just lower the music and maybe have the smokers like stop all going out at the same time. I was like, no problem. He was like, no problem. Have a good night. Have a good night. He went. I went in. Party's good. So see, nothing to worry about. But
those are the nicest cops you've ever seen ever.
I've not had in Canada many bad run-ins. Really ever. But I don't know. I have also not really deeped it because, like I said, in that moment, I'm not my more normal paranoid self. I got some liquid courage on my side, and I'm just calm. Let's just talk about it. It's easy. But yeah, it was not that stressful at the time. Obviously, the next morning, realizing that had happened, I was like, oh God. What? And okay.
Did you get like a ticket for the noise violation or anything?
Nope.
So
nothing.
They're, okay. So to completely change subjects, is that allowed?
I didn't realize we were on topic.
Okay. So okay, wait, hold on. Let me get my phone.
Oh. Dipping into the phone for this one.
Okay.
What are you about to unearth?
So they're speaking.
Terrified.
The transition is speaking of noise complaints. So you know my favorite website, Nextdoor?
Yes.
Okay. So there's this website. It's called Nextdoor, and it's essentially like, I would say maybe Facebook style posting of like you put a post and then people have comments and stuff, but you don't follow anybody. I don't think you just are in a neighborhood.
You're just scrolling.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. So you're in a neighborhood and you end up with all the posts that are relevant for that neighborhood. So there's this fight going on about this rooster that exists that apparently is illegal, and people are like really mad about it, but in totally different ways. Like, I didn't think that people would be pro rooster, but apparently some people are pro rooster.
This is not like recent.
Yes, this just got posted. This was I saw it this morning.
I swear you've talked about this before.
No, that was the chickens.
My bad.
Okay, there was another. No. There was another incident where there were chickens that someone was like, I found these chickens, and then there were people fighting over. Someone was like, it's my chicken, and then someone else was like, no, they're my chickens, and then there was a debate over whose chickens they were. No, this was different. So someone posted that there's this illegal rooster in the city, and someone needs to get rid of it. And then the top comment is, I hope you aren't going to have that rooster's blood on your hands. Nothing better to do, huh? I have someone with a rooster in my general area. He makes his noises and I hear them. Then I don't. And I have a life. So I go on living it. And then the person is like, what part of illegal don't you understand? The rooster is illegal. And then someone else was complaining about like, chicken coops are allowed and people are allowed to have chicken coops and all that stuff. Are they sharing their eggs? And then someone else was like, such intolerance for a poor rooster. It's mind-boggling.
So we have a rooster in our neighborhood? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, apparently, or at least somewhere nearby.
I've never heard it.
Well, the thing is that the neighborhood can include like, it's not
How
it's not like 5 streets around us, right? You know what I mean? It's not like specifically
bigger.
this, this neighborhood. Someone was like, get over it. It's only a bird. And then someone was like, you should call the cops. Call the cops over a rooster. And someone else was complaining about like other stuff that was happening. Anyway, it was fascinating. I actually read that this morning that people were complaining about this rooster. So now I'm kind of fascinated. I want to find the rooster.
I once had a pet chick.
Oh, like a little baby bird.
So for some reason, when I moved to Iranian school, as some of you may know, some of you may not, I took the first grade twice because I went to KG1, KG2, grade 1 in English school, and then my dad was like, I would like for him to learn how to read and write Farsi and like really understand like us. I was like, cool. So they were like, well, we can't put him in second grade because second grade people have learned the alphabet and everything, the foundations. So I got put first grade. And I was a year ahead, so it matched when I was going to graduate anyway. Mm-hmm. So in learning the Persian alphabet, our school was very interactive with, like, for the letter for bread, we made bread.
Yeah.
For the letter for this, we had that. And the letter that ends up being the equivalent of chick, they gave each kid in the class a baby chick. I still don't know why. And I know it happened factually because I remember it. And I remember being terrified. You know me. I don't do well with animals.
No.
I'm terrified of them, pretty much all of them. And so they...
Like a chicken chick?
Yeah.
It was hatched?
Yeah.
And was it like little fluffy chicken?
Yeah. And like they were like different colors.
Okay.
Which obviously was not their regular color.
Okay.
So I got a purple one.
Oh. Okay, so by not their regular color, you mean that they were dyed?
Yes. Which God. I was like, what? Now
how do you dye a chicken?
I don't know. But I remember having a purple chick and then it was a yellow chick by the end.
Imagining like the hairdresser taking the foil and putting the little
like foil,
the little brush.
Poor chicks, man. Why are you doing this to them?
Yeah.
And then
what?
And then,
do you think they dip them? Like, do you think they?
Oh my God! Like they're a dipped cone, like at McDonald's, or like you want the chocolate?
Like Easter eggs.
I hope not.
Like, boop.
Traumatizing.
Poor chicken.
Poor chicken.
PETA is going to be really upset about this.
Well,
it's not ham, it's him.
And then students, first grade kids, who are being given a chicka bag to take home. So. And a lot of us are taking the school buses home. So I'm sitting in the school bus holding a paper bag like this because I'm terrified of this chick. There's like older kids that are like, show us. I was like, no, you're not interacting with this thing.
Oh my God.
So I remember I was in the elevator going upstairs and it started pecking at the bag and I was freaking out. I was like, it's going to get out. I don't know what to do. Didn't get out, luckily. I was like, Mom, here.
But y'all had like no infrastructure to have a chicken.
We kept this chick for quite a while.
Okay.
And no, the chick was fine. My sister accidentally broke its leg. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. She was playing.
I'm so terrified.
Why?
What happened
Again,
to
I
it?
will never tell you a story on here that's going to make you sad because what? I don't like when that happens to me.
Okay, so the chicken lived a very long, healthy life, is probably still out there.
Is exactly what I thought.
Okay.
So the chick, okay, here's the thing. The chick was fine. Like we had it for at least like 3 months, maybe a little longer.
That's a long time.
It started growing.
Yeah, of course.
And that's when we got rid of the chick. We gave the chick, if I remember correctly, to the watchman for our building. And he was like, he'll handle it. Okay. And I was like, okay, he's living with the chick. And like, we didn't stay in that building all that much longer after that. Maybe like, I think 1 more year. And I remember as a kid being like, how's the chick? He's like, the chick's good. I got to go see the chick like maybe a couple weeks after we first got the chick. And then after that, anytime I asked, it was like, yeah, he's good. No further questions. No, like, would you like to come see the chick?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Did it stay purple?
No. Within the first 2 days, it was gone, right? Because they,
So it wasn't a natural purple chicken.
No, it was yellow.
Yeah.
But it was weird. Even to this, I'm like, why did they do that to us?
Right. Okay. First thing, never give an animal as a gift.
No.
In general, never give an animal as a gift. I had a nightmare where my dad gave me amphibians and an axolotl as a gift, and it was an anxiety. No, it was a very. I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say it was a thoughtful gift. It was a weird gift, but it was weird because then I accidentally let them loose, and I was trying to chase them down. But anyway, it was a stress stream. It's neither here nor there, and so the never given animals a gift, number one, but also, like, what did they think y'all were gonna do with the chick? Like,
I just don't understand why we needed a chick to learn that letter.
Did it help you remember the letter? Like, did it work?
It didn't help me retain the letter, but I remember it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you remember the trauma of having to carry a little chicken. Yeah, but you can have indoor chickens. My mom had an indoor chicken.
Yes.
Brahma Mama.
Yeah.
Aw, and then just a little chicken diaper.
Yeah, but the thing is, my closest interaction with the chick was when I held the bag on the way to home. Because after that, again, I'm not like, ooh, let me like interact. No, I don't want to interact with the chick. And it's not like that I hate the chick. It's just that I feel like animals to me as a kid have always been unpredictable because I can't speak to them. I can't reason with them, I don't think. So I'm always like, what if something goes wrong and like they hurt me or I hurt them?
Because you feel like you can't communicate with them.
So I'm like, let me keep my distance.
Maybe you should just become Dr. Dolittle and then you can talk to all the animals.
I don't know if I want that. I feel like that'd be too much pressure.
It would be sensory overload to hear what every animal is thinking.
Yeah. And does that like apply to insects and stuff?
That's a good question. I don't remember the details of Dr. Dolittle.
Because you know how they say like, bugs or mice live in the walls?
Oh, so you'd like hear whispers.
Could you imagine? It's like 1 a.m. I'm chilling and I hear like, hey, has he gone to bed? No.
Okay, but I don't think animals have thoughts like that, right?
Well, I don't, but in the Dr. Dolittle universe, they do.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of them is like, I go into the kitchen and I hear a mouse being like, man, that stupid cat has been like looking at the stove all day and I'm trying to move. And I'm like, okay. I think my relationship with animals has gotten better. And by that, I mean like cats. Some dogs vibe with me. I still don't think they like me. They
can sense fear though.
That's what I was told.
Yeah.
And then I got panicked ever since being told that because now I'm just like, it's eyeballing me. Why is it eyeballing me? Okay, don't look at it. You're chill. You don't care. Even to this day, because like there's sometimes I'm walking and there's people with their dog off the leash and they're like walking 10 feet ahead of the dog and the dog's like 10 feet behind and then the dog starts like running and I'm seeing all this happen and I'm like, I didn't see anyone else past the dog yet, so I don't know how the dog's going to interact. And so I always approach it the same, like, don't look, pretend it's not there, and just continue walking. Don't give any hesitation.
Okay, 2 stories. 1, if I am at a social event and there is an animal there, that is my number 1 priority. I will be number 1 friends with the dog or the cat. I don't care about talking to the people. 2, I was walking through the park one day and there was a family and they had their dog on a leash and they also had their kid on a leash. And so they were walking like their dog and their kid like next to each other. And I'm not going to lie, it was dystopian, but also so cute all at the same time. So it was like, okay, we need to like, who wants to go for walkies? And I imagine both the dog and the animal or the human are both just like wiggling their little butts, like trying to get ready to go, excited for a walk.
After graduating university, two of my roommates moved out, and it no longer made sense to try and keep the house we had gone, the 3-floor one, and we weren't looking to bring new roommates in, so we just moved into a smaller place. And the place we moved in, it was like a house that had been clearly repurposed into 3 units, and we were in the basement unit, so our entry was through the back. So you'd walk past the entrance, you'd go to the back. The backyard was shared with the house next door. They had 2 dogs. One was a smaller dog, but a loud dog. And then one was a bigger dog they had put the muzzle on the dog like the entire time. But they would not keep these dogs on a leash. So they'd be running around. And I remember the first or second interaction we had with this family, their dog was approaching us and my roommate who interacts with dogs went to like interact and she was like, he's not friendly, don't touch him. And I was like, then why is he just chilling here if he's not friendly? So that made me paranoid. And of the three of us, I was the smoker of the bunch. So I'm smoking not inside, obviously, outside. But the back door was like set up in a way where there was a partition. There was like a clear cover. So you're not, when you walk out the door, you don't see what's behind it. You have to kind of peek over to see. And so I would be standing there, but the dog would know I'm there. Aww. And would start barking aggressively. And you're not out there to smoke because you're trying to de-stress. You're trying to like take some you time, and all I'm hearing is her, her, her. And I was like, this is terrifying. I hate this. So I'm skipping ahead because I used to work overnights at this time, 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I would typically take an Uber to work in the evening or Uber home in the morning, one or the other. The other, I would walk. That was my like designated walk for the day because it was about a 45-minute walk to work. So one day I had taken an Uber to work and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling okay. I'm going to walk home. So I'm walking home and I get all the way to our house. I get to this backyard area. The dog is there. This is like 7:40 in the morning. The dog charges at me and I don't know how to react because one option is I stand still. I didn't want to know what happens if the dog approaches me. Mm-hmm. So I booked it. I turned around and I ran. And we lived on a longer street, and this was maybe like 70% into the street. I have walked all 70% over. I've worked a 10-hour shift. I ran and like made it back up that street within like 15, 20 seconds. And this dog was still chasing me, made it halfway until I saw the owner like come out and be like, blah, 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 come back. And the dog came back and I was like, so this dog listens to you. Why am I run? Like, why? I was so mad.
Why are you running?
But I couldn't do anything about it. And, you know, it's stuff like that that's happened, which makes me still feel like terrified of dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, which, like, mind you, I've met dogs that vibe with me, that are chill, that I like. So I'm not saying like I have the same interaction with every dog ever, but I'm very nervous around dogs still.
Yeah. Well, it's because you had a traumatic event, essentially, and you haven't healed or processed that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't like it.
Don't like it.
Yeah. All right. Are we wrapping up here?
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I could tell midway through my story you were not listening.
It was a long story.
Yeah, it's lore. I listened to all your shitty stories.
I got sleepy.
Yeah, this is the situation with Liana.
I think I've heard it before anyway, too, personally.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, they have not.
No, I know. But did they? Well, ask them. Did they get bored halfway through listening to your story?
Please don't tell me. That would break my heart. That would break my heart. Okay.
You gotta zhuzh it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like when you're telling a story, you gotta
and then I did a backflip over a speeding car, and I landed
like
it
in a movie theater. You know, it's like Tom Cruise. He didn't just walk. You know, they didn't just run. He dropped from the ceiling.
There wasn't a lot of acrobatics for the dude who did a 10-hour shift, then walked home for an hour, then ran.
Yeah, terrified for his life from the dog. Was this a dog with a muzzle though?
This was the other one.
The tiny one.
Yeah.
What did you think the tiny one was going to do to you?
Tiny one was loud and barky.
Oh. Yeah,
the thing is, I didn't want to get into a situation where like this dog's like coming at me. Because you know the situation of like, well, I'm not going to kick this dog, obviously. Oh my God. Like I'm not going to do that. But I also don't want to get bit.
Sure.
And like I don't know, like if I'm going to flail, I just didn't want an interaction where like something happens to this dog or something happens to me and then I have to deal with... I just
don't want to be involved.
Yeah, like, I don't want to deal with this woman who literally understands that her dog is barking at us always and has done nothing to fix it, and I just didn't want to be involved. That was really my... Because even when this dog chased me and I walked back home angry, I did not talk to her about it. I never acknowledged it happened. Mm-hmm. And I know she knows it happened because she saw me running. I was like, I just don't want any part of this. So maybe next week... we talk about, you know what? Next week, I'm going to set something up for next week. You were very sporty as a kid.
Okay.
We're going to talk about sports as children next week.
Oh.
And what we did, what we got involved with, that kind of lore.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you know I ran the 100-meter race one time?
No.
Yeah. 12th grade.
Okay.
No. Yeah. 13th grade. 12th grade. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Did you do well at it?
We'll find out next week.
Your time?
We'll find out next week how I did.
Okay.
Why was I the number one choice? We'll find out.
You were the number one choice?
Yeah, that day. Yeah.
That day? Did everybody else cancel? Or?
No. Again, why am I'm not going to do the story right now. We got to tune in next week for that.
I know, but now I'm curious. Now I want to know.
Exactly.
All right, fine. Well, I'm going to forget, so you're going to have to remember all this.
I don't. Like I said, I don't forget anything.
Okay, perfect.
I remember a lot of things.
Yes.
But if you enjoyed this, thank you for listening this far. Remember, please subscribe to the feed, robisawebsite.com/lounge, or if you're nasty, pooyaandliana.com gets you there as well.
Yeah, all the info's there, pooyaliana.com, and then you can find like links to go to Spotify or links to go to like Pocket Casts or wherever you listen to your
Apple
podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the comments, like we said, y'all have been killing it, so please let us know your thoughts. I enjoy reading all of them. Liana, where can people find you and what things do you have going on at the moment?
You find me on Blue Sky at Lianaism and podcasting about Drag Race right now.
And has it been fun?
Yeah, it's been fun.
There we go.
It's been fun.
Okay. She seems like she's very confident that it's fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. Y'all can find me on all socials at Pooyaism. Find me on Twitch, though, twitch.tv/Pooya. That's where I am when I'm not podcasting. As far as podcasts go, like I said at the top, been doing a lot, but Traders US has been fun. We did the recap and the feedback show and the exit interview with the person murdered in the last episode. Yeah, so you can check those out. Traders UK, myself and Annabelle are having a fun time with this. Week 3 coverage is out already. Week 4 is incoming. I believe this is the finale week, so you want to get caught up because by the time you're watching this, it's finale night, episode 12. So stay off the internet if you're trying to avoid spoilers for this one. And then 90 Day Fiance, Tell All Part 2. I'm going to have a fun time watching it. Still haven't. And we'll see what my thoughts were. Check out the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And on that note, thank you for watching. Take care. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. Oh, not yet, though. If you would like to give us feedback or comments of any sort, we do have a form as well, a Google form that you can write into. Leon, what is the link for that form?
I don't remember,
So
but
it's
I'm going to
be
put
right
it here.
Yeah.
Didn't we have something we were going to talk about from the form?
Yeah, it was. Someone had left one that said, "What is your favorite pasta shape?"
Oh my God. Okay. Well, we'll talk about that with the sports next week because you got a carbo load with these sports.
Remember, sports and pasta. Deadly
oh my God. I'll
combination.
tell my half marathon story. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay.
There we go. All right. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.